Hello, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today, I want to talk about a topic that's incredibly important for our mental health. Developing healthy boundaries. We all have boundaries. These are the invisible lines that we draw around ourselves to define what we're comfortable with, what we're willing to tolerate, and what we're not. However, many of us struggle to set and maintain healthy boundaries, and this can have a significant impact on our mental health and well-being. So, in this video, I'll be discussing why developing healthy boundaries is so crucial, and I'll share some practical tips for setting and maintaining boundaries that work for you. Why healthy boundaries are important for mental health. Let's start by talking about why healthy boundaries are so essential for our mental health. When we don't have healthy boundaries in place, we're more likely to feel overwhelmed, stressed, and anxious. This is because we're allowing other people to dictate how we spend our time and energy, and we're not giving ourselves the space we need to take care of our own needs. This can lead to burnout, resentment, and even depression. On the other hand, when we have healthy boundaries in place, we feel more in control of our lives. We're able to say no to things that don't serve us, and we're able to prioritize our own needs and well-being. This leads to greater self-confidence, self-esteem, and a sense of empowerment. Practical tips for setting and maintaining healthy boundaries. Now that we've talked about why healthy boundaries are so crucial, let's dive into some practical tips for setting and maintaining boundaries that work for you. 1. Know your limits. The first step in setting healthy boundaries is knowing what your limits are. This means taking the time to reflect on what you're comfortable with and what you're not. For example, if you're someone who needs a lot of alone time to recharge, it's important to set boundaries around your social time so that you don't feel overwhelmed. 2. Communicate clearly. Once you know what your boundaries are, it's essential to communicate them clearly to the people in your life. This means being upfront and honest about what you're comfortable with and what you're not. For example, if you don't want to be contacted after a certain time of night, it's important to let your friends and family know, so that they don't accidentally violate your boundary. 3. Practice saying no. One of the most challenging aspects of setting boundaries is learning to say no. It can be hard to turn down requests or invitations, but it's essential to do so if they don't align with your needs and boundaries. Practice saying no in a kind and assertive way. And remember that it's okay to prioritize yourself and your needs. 4. Set consequences. Finally, it's important to set consequences for when your boundaries are violated. This doesn't mean being punitive or harsh. It simply means communicating what will happen if someone crosses your boundary. For example, if someone repeatedly contacts you after your designated no-contact time, you might let them know that you won't respond until the next day. So, those are some practical tips for developing healthy boundaries that work for you. Remember that setting and maintaining healthy boundaries is an ongoing process. It's not something that happens overnight, but with practice and patience, you can create a life that's more aligned with your needs and values, and ultimately lead to better mental health and well-being. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next video. Until the next video, goodbye my dears.